I have been teaching for several years, and I have seen film reels, slide projectors, and overhead projectors come and go in the classroom. But one constant remains: my unwavering passion to help students learn. As an instructional professor, I'm here to share 3 research-based creative thinking strategies to instill statistical literacy in my students. Statistical literacy involves understanding the basic language and tools of statistics. Unfortunately, the mere mention of statistics sends shivers down the spines of my students. The subject seems as vast and intimidating as the breathtaking view of Bryce Canyon. Rows of numbers, complex equations, and the inevitable confusion create a sense of dauntingness. But as you look into the close-up view of the rock formation, you begin to see various shapes and forms. Some of you may see a face with a long nose, or a part of a dinosaur, or perhaps even a mother cradling a baby. This tendency to perceive images is called pareidolia, and it occurs when the brain tries to make sense of incomplete and vague information. That is the key to these creative teaching strategies, helping my students to make sense of statistical concepts so that the daunting becomes decipherable. The first strategy: storytelling. Stories breathe life into abstractions, making the statistical concepts tangible and relatable. It is a way to tickle the imagination, encouraging creative responses to the information presented. For example, to arouse my students' curiosity about hypotheses testing, I tell them the story about a tea party in 1920s Cambridge where a debate over tea sparked a scientific trial. Was there a difference in the taste of tea when the tea was poured into the milk or when the milk was poured into the tea? Enter Ronald Fisher, a guest at that tea party, whose curiosity birthed the foundational book, The Design of Experiments. This story becomes a hook, preparing students to dive into the world of hypotheses testing and probabilities. The second strategy: visual learning strategies, particularly mind sketching. Mind sketching is sketching what you see in your mind's eye when you come across abstract concepts such as standard deviation. I ask my students, what do you visualize in your mind's eye when you see the term standard deviation? Create a sketch or sketches and explain using your own words. The students' personal interpretations of these sketches and their own explanation intertwine, enhancing comprehension of that concept. As the students discuss their sketches, it becomes a collective understanding of knowledge. The third strategy: analogies. Analogies seek similarities or situations of likeness. For example, I ask my students, how is a clock similar to the concept of correlation? Or what object around the room reminds you of the 6 steps of conducting a t-test, and why? These analogies provide my students the opportunity to discover, to question, and to gain greater insights so that the learning becomes engaging and dynamic. Just as we can appreciate Bryce Canyon and imagine myriad shapes and forms unique to us, my students can transform their fear of statistics into fascination. Through these creative thinking strategies, confusion morphs into clarity and data evolves into discovery, so that every student's learning journey is unique and, like Bryce Canyon, collectively memorable. Thank you.